Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, recruiting in yoga pants. So wanted to dig into an explosive topic. Offer deadlines. Little play on words there. Recruiters actually refer to these as exploding offers, or offers that have a specific deadline attached to them. That deadline can be quite rapid depending on the organization and even the individual recruiter sometimes. Like, I've seen recruiters do some shit that is absolutely not company policy. Like, nobody said you had to do that, but there you are showing your ass doing that. So yeah, shame on you. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit about that. So the offer deadline. So the scenario here is you, my candidates, have received an offer, okay? And a lot of companies do have kind of a default expiration date. A lot of places it's a week out, it's 5 days, it's 2 days, whatever. It depends. I know for me, and this is the God's honest truth, y'all, I can change that deadline. I can go into the ATS and I can pick a date on the calendar that I think makes sense. I do believe ours defaults to 5 days automatically, but again, I can kind of manipulate that if I need to. I'm personally a fan of 5 days. I think about a week is a decent amount of time. You know, it's a little bit more than a few days. It's not so long that we're, stressing ourselves out and eating everything in sight because we don't know if you're going to join or not. But 5 days, just my opinion, is quite reasonable. Not everybody agrees with me though, right? I did a poll on LinkedIn, so I'll include a link down below in the description so you can go see the poll for yourself. But unsurprising, we definitely saw a divide between what candidates want and what recruiters want. Shocker. Except not shocking at all, right? Candidates obviously want more time and space to make that decision. Recruiters, of course, want the immediate dopamine hit. Tell me yes. I can see both sides. If I'm being really honest and very fair with y'all, I get it. So what is going on in the recruiter's mind when they have extended an offer? Let's start there, okay? Now, obviously, as I have said 11 billion times, I cannot speak for the entire industry, okay? Everybody, much like candidates, recruiters are humans with thoughts, feelings, and emotions of their own. I cannot tell you, oh yeah, everybody agrees with this, because a lot of them don't. I am often an outlier in these conversations because a lot of recruiters, and I've seen several of these lately, just give you a quick example. In a very popular Facebook group for recruiters, there have been like 2 or 3 posts in like a 24-hour period where a recruiter is losing their shit because a candidate isn't responding immediately, accepting an offer. Now, look, I get it, safe place to complain amongst your peer group, all 20,000 of your peers. Okay. I understand. And sometimes recruiters just like, oh my God, they're not accepting. What am I going to do? But I worry that there is a genuine underlying belief that job seekers owe us a response immediately or within 24 hours. I don't like that. I think that's wrong. So, just saying, the recruiter's mind, what's happening, what's going on in my head, what's going on in their heads, there is obviously the fear of rejection. By the time we get someone to an offer, and I know job seekers don't necessarily see this, right? But what happens is we will go back. I know I do this, and I look at this data all the time and track it and report on it and do all the things. But I know I can tell you at a glance how many people we had to talk to get to that one offer. And it's a lot, okay? So y'all can bitch at me another time about, well, if your processes wasn't so difficult, no, if you didn't have such unreasonable expectations. I know, everybody's an expert, but here's the bottom line here, okay? We are putting in a lot of work to get to that one offer. So we desperately want you to accept it so we don't have to do this shit anymore. So that's one thing that goes through our minds. Like we know everything it took to get there, and oh my God, if this isn't the one, I'm just gonna sit down and cry. The second thing that we're going through is, oh my God, if this person isn't excited, if they're not jumping up and down, if they're not immediately saying yes, I'm going to lose them to someone else. I'm going to lose them to a counteroffer. I'm going to lose them to a competing offer. Like we start imagining all these things. It's like, sometimes, and I still, even after all these years, it's so stupid. If my husband is taking too long to get home from the store, this is so dumb. My mind immediately is like, oh my God, was he in a car accident? Did something bad happen? Am I never going to see him again? You just like your mind starts going crazy places and it doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to it. But you start letting yourself, or you could start letting yourself just go nuts. And so recruiters can do this sometimes with these offer situations where like, well, if they're not saying yes to me, they're probably saying yes to someone else. My life is over. Right? It's a little bit of hyperbole, but just a smidge. Another thing that we worry about is that this is a fun one. I love this one. Every time I see someone actually put this in writing, I laugh until I damn near piss my pants because it's so stupid. Okay. Oh, they're just using my offer to get a better deal somewhere else. The hell does that have to do with you? That might be true. Okay, I don't know. What are you doing with the offer letter? I don't know. Maybe you're turning it into a paper airplane, playing with your kid. I have no idea. Okay? But recruiters will put themselves through these mental gymnastics and get themselves riled up. And all you're doing is cooking dinner. Thanks for the offer. I got a pork chop burning. I'll call you tomorrow. It's just, oh my God, stop it. Recruiters are nuts. But I share all of that with you. And I just wanted to, again, kind of peel back the curtain a little bit, help job seekers understand how a recruiter's thinking about this. What is the thought process going through their heads? And it's not about you. Okay. And I want job seekers to take this away. I'm not sharing all of this because I want to put any kind of responsibility on you for our mental state, because it's not on you. The only thing you as a job seeker need to worry about is the right career decision for you. Is this role significantly better than what I'm currently doing? Is the money right? Is the location, the scope of the work, the people I get to work with, all of that stuff? Is that what's right for me? And I want you to have the time to make that decision. So don't worry that the recruiter is secretly losing their mind. It happens. We'll be fine. We'll do it again with the next offer. It's all good. This is why, so many of us are in therapy. So it's no problem. So that's the recruiter side. There's also the hiring manager impact, right? And so this is where the recruiters kind of need to come in and play counselor a little bit. I swear my job is half therapy. I really will just die on that hill. But a lot of hiring managers sometimes need a little coaching, and they need to be reminded, especially in a market like this one, especially in certain industries that are just on fire right now, you're going to have to calm down and give people space. You're going to have to wait a few days. You're going to have to be confident that we made the best possible offer and that our job is a great job. And if this person doesn't pick us, it's not about us. It's okay. People do what's in their own best interest. So thankfully, I work with an amazing team of engineers who get it. And I don't have to have this conversation with them because they just know this is how it is. And we've had these conversations multiple times already. But I know some recruiters don't have that. You want to come work with me? We're hiring. Okay, anyway, you can't have my clients though, because I love them. But just understand from the job seeker side, this is kind of the internal drama that's going on in the other side's head, the recruiter and the hiring manager's heads. But that's not your problem. Your problem, and this is what I'm going to leave you with. So we're at 10 minutes, so I'm just going to leave you with this. These are the two things that a job seeker needs to worry about. Number one, what is the deadline? Does the company have a specific time frame? Do they insist on a decision within X amount of time? And can I live with that? Okay, so that's number one. And number two, what do I need to make that decision? So for some of you, obviously the written offer is very important. I would not verbally accept an offer without seeing it in writing. I just won't. And I know that there's companies that pull that shit. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, because if you think I won't accept to get the piece of paper and then turn around and change my mind later if it doesn't work for me, try me. Because that is a BS tactic. I don't like it. I digress. So number one, what is my time frame? Let me get this straight. What is my time frame in order to make this decision? What are you giving me? What's the company policy? Whatever. Number two, what do I, as the recipient of the offer letter, need to know to make my decision? So think about all the unanswered questions. Think about compensation, location, benefits. Who do I work with? What's the scope of my work? What's my growth plan? Who's going to be my mentor? All the things that might matter to you. Think about those things, write them down, talk through it with your recruiter, and take your time. This should not be a rushed decision. You deserve the time and the space to make the call that is right for you. So if you are struggling with this, if you feel like you're being pushed into a decision you're not ready to make, let me know. You can drop a comment down below. I read all of them. You can also email me, amy@recruitinginyogapants.com. Get your salary FAQs. We talk a little bit about the offer process in those FAQs available on the website, recruitinginyogapants.com, templates and FAQs. All right, y'all, we will see you next week. Good luck out there.